Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is a very gloomy day today, Leather Bag Lady weather report. It is supposed to rain, and it's looking like it might just do that. But we are supposed to get sunnier this afternoon, so maybe I can have a little bit of outside time this afternoon. So it's 9:30. I'm early today. Been to the gym already and listed my bag. Now, Etsy has changed their sellers platform. I don't know. I guess it's all in the vein of progress. They've changed the app, they've made it better, but they've actually now removed the original app. So you're now forced onto the new app, and it's just change, right? And we're very resistant to change. I've been using the same app for 3 years. I've gotten very familiar with how to list my bags. And today I had to do it over a few times because I made errors and whatnot. So getting used to that, bit of a pain in the ass. I guess I'm getting old, so I don't like change too much. So anyway, but today's bag is, I think I've actually briefly shown it to you before some time ago. It is really, really cool. It's a little bit of a hobo vibe. Not so much the shape on top, but maybe definitely the shape down below. It is a dark green, like a bottle green, and it is just the coolest thing. So I've listed it as an 80s bag. Just speaks to me as an 80s. I can't guarantee that, but it could be 70s. It has that velvet interior, which kind of dates it 60s, 70s. It could be 60s, I guess, even. But I guess, you know what? Maybe it is more 60s. I'm just looking at the shape, and yeah, not really very 80s. And it's got this cool metal system here for the strap attachment. So the strap is just a knotted leather strip. Now, you could, if you wanted to, actually, do I have any green straps? I'm not sure. If you took this off and used a crossbody strap, if you have one, or even something in a complementary color, I might have a look and see if I've got something that would work, because that's the beauty of these straps. Or you don't even need to take it off. It would sit quite nicely with the addition of a crossbody strap. But I love, and it's not that heavy considering this really kind of bulky metal. It's just so cool. The opening is a little smaller. It is obviously it's got its size at the base. I think it's 16 inches wide in the middle, and then it tapers at the top, which kind of says to me it's a bit of a boho. I mean, it could even be 70s. I just am not sure. I'm really quite comfortable saying it's not 80s now that I look at it. I'm going to change my listing. I might meet myself in the middle and list it as a 70s bag. I think there's a little too much metal for 60s. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Internally, it has one leather-lined slip pocket, and that is it. No maker's mark. Oh, actually, it does have a maker's mark. Oh, well, here we go. I never noticed this. It is Ilano, made in Canada by Durabilt, Vancouver, BC. There we go. So that all has to be added to the listing. So I'm going to need to go in and change all that. And with that said, I'm going to say it's a 70s. Durabilt is, very 70s with what I have already anyway. So I never noticed that label in there before. So today's bag, absolutely fantastic. Very unique. Nobody is going to have this walking down the street. And I love actually, this should have been a telltale sign for that Durabilt company, because they usually put these zipper pulls on, which I love. So there we go. Today's bag. Beauty, beauty, beauty. So it's cold in here. I'm chilly. This weather is just crazy pants. I had the air conditioner on yesterday afternoon, and now today, like, my hands are cold. So today is a big day for Pius and I. We are 1 year into our relationship today. This is a day that I was actually in Niagara Falls for one of my monthly visits to the falls, where I would spend 3 days or 3 nights, no, 2 nights, 3 days thrifting and working on, usually my business plan or something of that nature. And it was a very, very hot day. And I remember getting to the hotel, and they had actually put the loungers out by the pool. And I think there was actually water in the pool, in the falls. And I remember sitting on the lounger messaging this new gentleman that had contacted me at 8:21 in the morning just to say hello. And oh man, how our lives have changed. If you have followed me, you know all about my kind of, the early stages of my relationship with Pius. We met on a dating site for over 50s called Our Time. And I had kind of resigned myself to not really being in a long-term relationship, just, having maybe a friend that, you could go have dinner with or whatnot. And I was quite happy with that. I had my whole life planned out. I was selling this place. I was buying a trailer for 6 months, and I was getting a van and kind of touring Canada and the US in the winter months. And, maybe finding somewhere to stay for a couple of those months before the trailer park opened. I was going to get myself a little dog. I was going to thrift in all of that and do shows as I was traveling with the van. And then I got this message from this man, and it's all been history since then. It has been an amazing year. What we've packed into a year is absolutely stunning, and we are just so happy. And I know they say 2 years is the threshold where maybe the honeymoon is over, but we are not even waiting for that 2 years. And is it even really a thing? I went to see, Gary was his first name. I can't remember. He's the author of the Love Languages book. He was doing a speaking tour, and my girlfriend Pamela and I went to see him at Mohawk College. And he feels in his research with couples, counseling them and trying to get them back on track in marriages or relationships that are faltering, was that 2 years is really kind of where, the blinders come off. Any behaviors that you were maybe adjusting for the sake of the other person. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to start not cooking, because let's face it, that was not regular behavior for me. But I can't imagine that, because we all got to eat, right? And cooking and doing all the cleaning and the laundry, and it's just what I now do, which stuns my family and friends, because that was never on my agenda. And they all did say, when you meet the right person, that will all change. And I think secretly I kind of hoped that would be the case, because I don't think we're meant to be on our own. And I lived a lot of years without a relationship. And then if you follow me from the beginning, I was with Bruce for probably 18 months, closer to 2 years. And it was great, but I just didn't feel it. It just wasn't, I wanted to, because he was a super nice man, but I just didn't feel the way I do for Pius. And here we are. So he watches my videos. So love you, baby cakes, and happy anniversary. And we are going to celebrate on the weekend. And I'm having a hot flash. As soon as he comes in the house, I have a hot flash. When I talk to you guys, I have a hot flash. So I'm having a double hot flash right now. But anyway, so that's just a little bit of personal stuff, which I mean, my whole YouTube channel is personal stuff. So anyway, so that is it. Pies is going to be home late tonight. So I've got the whole day to get ready. I've got a show tomorrow. I got to call the facility and find out if they are okay to have me. Sometimes they're on outbreak and, you know, the retirement home facilities. And this is a brand new place I've never been to before. I am getting away from doing the in-person shows, but every now and again, it's just a little bit of a financial injection into my finances. This month has probably been the worst month in 3 years on Etsy, that's for sure. But you know what? These things happen. And I guess, I mean, that's one of the things about being in a relationship, that you can kind of, you know, help each other out. And I mean, I can't imagine me ever helping Pius out financially, because I mean, I guess the help I bring is this little shack, which allows us to live very cheaply, and then we have extra money to do all the fun stuff. And we had a conversation about that last night, because my mortgage renews soon. And I was talking to a mortgage broker yesterday, and she was talking about our spending habits. And I sat down with Pies last night and I said, listen, we are not savers at all. We are doers. You know, are we going to stay home because we want to save money, or are we going to jump in the truck and go to North Bay on a whim? We're going to jump in the truck and go to North Bay on a whim. And you know what? That's just who we are. So are we going to fight it? Or are we just going to embrace and work with the kind of people that we are? Because at our age, why are we going to change it? And not, I don't want to feel bad about it. I mean, the property here is starting to need a bit of attention. I have a huge issue with weeds in the summer months. So, you know, we were going to patio stone the front. That hasn't happened. We just, you know, it's just who we are. We are not homebodies. We are not people that, you know, want to frou-frou around the property, and we want to be out on the bike. We want to be in the truck exploring new places, thrifting, and doing all the things that we are enjoying doing. So, you know what? Who cares? This little shack is going to allow us to have that kind of life. And now that we have our van, you know, those, not that I spend a lot of money on hotel rooms, absolutely do not, and never have, but now we'll be maybe trading out in the summer months, because I don't do my hotel stays in the summer. It's too expensive. It's too busy. But now maybe we'll trade that for campsites. So I've already got one booked in July, and we have committed on Marketplace for a brand new foam mattress. So we're starting to get our stuff together for our van. It is now at the mechanic, and let's hope, fingers crossed, it doesn't need too much to get it on the road. And there we go. So wonderful, wonderful life, simple life, not for everybody. I've got plywood on the floor and tarps on the ceiling. I don't care. I'm watching a show right now. It's called The House That 100,000 Pounds Built, something like that. And it is a British show, and it is talking about people who are building their own houses. And they have an architect and a designer who are helping these couples kind of get through the process of the builds. And it is all about raw materials and all about using non-traditional materials. And, the designer is saying that we are very pinned into our view of what a house should look like because of what builders give us. You have drywall on the walls, you have fitted kitchens, you don't have to have that. I mean, I said to Pius, I mean, if I'm going to start getting quotes for the spray foam, if they tell us that we have to empty this whole house, I'm thinking that maybe the ceilings might be happening next year. I don't think mentally I could go through that again so soon after the renovations and Pius moving in. I had a really, really rough month, and I shared that with you. And I don't think I'm ready to go through that again. So we shall see. But we don't know until we know. Pius doesn't seem to think that we'll have to take everything out. I kind of think we will. So anyway, that is for a future conversation. So have a great day, everybody. I hope you're enjoying today, Wednesday. I go and get a haircut this afternoon. Thank the good Lord. It's been 10 weeks and usually I only do 8. But I wanted to make sure that it was looking very snazzy for our trip to the East Coast. We leave a month today. So really actually, no, we leave 3 weeks. We leave on the week before. But today is a big day once we get down there. So anyway, have a great rest of the day, everybody, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.